How you guys doing? Taking a quick break, sitting outside in the sunshine, drinking my favorite drink these days, an iced cortado, specifically from Amity Coffee Roasters in Greenwood. They make the best one I've ever had. And unfortunately, I decided to wear a white shirt today. My wife always advises against that, and I wore it anyway. And I spilled a little on my shirt, and I got to go into a meeting. So it's going to be a little embarrassing. Little spot on my shirt. Anyway, I guess there's worse problems to have, right? Yeah. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about the book tour that I went on. A lot of people have asked me, like, how did you book events to do book readings and book signings in different states? And really, it was actually fairly simple. So we got an RV, planned a road trip. We knew that we had certain places where we wanted to be around certain times, and then we just started reaching out to places. We started with, who do we know in these areas first off? And we would reach out to some friends, family, mutual friends, people like that. And we would just say, hey, do you have any contacts at local bookstores, at schools, toy shops? I've done all sorts of places, coffee shops, ice cream shops, you name it. One thing that I've learned is that schools in particular love it when authors come in to visit and do a book reading. That was really neat. I found it's easier to get into a school when you either have a parent contact or you can go through like a teacher. It's a little harder when you're trying to get the principal or the administrative staff. But whenever we would go through like a friend who had a child in the school or a teacher that we knew, it ended up being pretty easy. And I would send a flyer and some promotional materials to them that they would send out to the parents, let them know we were coming in. And they were always really great. Those were some of my favorite ones. And the same thing, we would also kind of research like small bookshops in the area. Just reach out to them and say, hey, would you mind if we come in and do a signing or something like that? Oops, sorry. And most of the time, they would say, yeah, it wouldn't be a problem. There would be times where we would arrive and haven't had any contact with anybody yet. And I would just take some books, walk through the city or the town, and go into places and say, here's my book. What do you think? Can we do a signing? You want to do a consignment deal or something like that? And it was pretty cool. They a lot of times would say, yeah. We got a few no's, but they would say, yeah. I'm trying to think. Some of the best places, some of our favorite places, I should say, places that we had really good success were Seekonk, Massachusetts. We had a really good book reading at a school up there. Plant City, Florida had a really great time at that school. I ended up selling more books at that school than I think I've sold at a school. It was a great experience. The kids loved it. It was a great time. The San Antonio Zoo School was amazing. They hooked me up and my family up with some tickets to go to the zoo. And we got a behind-the-scenes tour of an okapi, which was really awesome. Hudson, Massachusetts was really awesome too. We did this really cool like micro creamery. They made their own ice cream there. That place was awesome. And Texas, Houston, Texas, New Braunfels, I think is how you pronounce it, New Braunfels, Texas. Never heard of it until I was there. Really great time. New Orleans was awesome. Wandered around, the heart of New Orleans. Found a toy shop right in the French Quarter called the Little Toy Shop. Let me sit right outside, sell some books. They got a cut of each sale, and then we worked out a consignment deal. But I took my son with me. We sat out there for a few hours, just listened to the jazz music, smelled all the food, talked to people, sold some books. It was a really great time. So I'm saying all this to say, it's really possible. All you got to do is just kind of reach out to people. Think ahead. Okay, I'm going to be going to this place. Maybe I could sell a few books, or even just get it out there. If I didn't sell them, I would give them away. And we were able to, I don't know, it was a great time. It was fun to be able to, do that with the family, with the kids, and just experience cities, towns, states, things like that. So if you're an author, independent author, and you're trying to get your book out there and you like to travel, why not? Why not, if you have a trip planned, why not incorporate a little mini book tour into it and just take your books, get it out there. It was a blast. There you go.
Who, what, where, when? Looking for clues till it all makes sense. Left, right, up, down. So many answers to be found. Walk, run, jump, spin. A little help from all my friends. Who, what, where, when? I know my room is such a mess, and I'm late for school again. But there's a mystery